Hi, all. It's Jan of the Jan Files. I am sure that nobody is sad to see 2025 go down the tubes. I hope that 2026 will be different, but I'm not convinced in any way that it will. I mean, look, we all experience our own lives, our own personal trauma, and everything else that we deal with when we're parts of families, when we have jobs, when we have health issues, etc. But there's an overlaying level of trauma that we as Americans are experiencing. And it's really hard to deal with. It's hard to sort of sometimes name it because it's so pervasive. So I've been trying to figure out how to manage this better in the coming year. And one of the things I came up with is engaging on social media less, not with people who are, you know, news people or people that are getting out some of the facts, hopefully getting out some of the facts, but with MAGA. I mean, there's literally no point to doing it. I honestly felt like when I was doing it, and I have to admit I haven't really stopped yet, um, it was a way to get out my anger and my rage. It was just, I felt so helpless, and I hate being a victim. And I don't know if you share that, but that's what I was feeling. I was like against the onslaught of lies, of ugly, of people dying, of people being deported, of people, him accepting bribes to pardon people. I mean, everything that it goes against what this country stands for, at least one stood for. We've never been perfect. We've always had a way to go, but we've been working towards something, a more fair and just America. Now, everything we have done pretty much is torn asunder. I have no idea how long it will take to replace it or change it or whatever, how we move forward, I guess. But there's a couple of things that I'm going to do that I'm sharing and would love to hear from you. So, what I intend to do, first of all, is to participate more with other resistors, to support each other, to engage with each other, to maybe even make suggestions as to what we can do to make a difference. Because we still can do that, even when feeling hopeless or feeling like a victim. Marching helped a lot. Getting out there helped a lot. Making calls helped a lot. Being part of a group also, whether it's an indivisible group or whatever, helped. And making sure that I connected with like-minded people. So that's one of the things. But the other thing I think is really key is that we must stay focused on the Epstein files. I know that there's already been a few things this past week that you might have missed. I don't know if you missed that Julie K. Brown, who wrote, was the investigative reporter who wrote A Perversion of Justice. She just found that her flight itinerary from 2019 was in the Justice Department files. So that meant that the Justice Department was tracking her. Why? So there's a whole new angle to this, like within the Justice Department, that we need to also be very, very aware of. Like, what was the level of participation? We know Acosta, Acosta, the former labor secretary for Donald Trump, was one of the first to become involved from the Justice Department. And so I think that's a part of what we need to focus on, is the government role in all of this. I also want to suggest we pay more attention to Alan Dershowitz, who was Jeffrey Epstein's attorney. He is involved in so many aspects of this in terms of his relationship to Epstein, his relationships to Leslie Wexner and the MAGA group, MEGA, the MAGA group. And so that was Les Wexner, that was Ron Lauder, who was very connected, is still very connected to Israel. There are so many things that are woven together, but it's really important not to lose sight of the little pieces, but also to make sure that when you're sharing something, do your best to make sure that it's not AI, that it's not crap, it's not a bunch of lies, because that will only harm us. We really need to be focused on giving it straight, and not being afraid to do that, and to support those, especially like Julie K. Brown and the other people who clearly are in harm's way. Because if you read her book, she was followed, she was threatened, and Epstein threatened a lot of people. And so we need to really just focus on getting the facts out there, supporting one another. Forget the MAGA idiots on X, and, it's a waste of time. It's honestly just a pure waste of time. And even though sometimes, like me, I honestly can say that, it feels good to say an F you and whatever there. And I did that. Not sure whether I'm not proud of it or proud of it, or probably not proud of it, but it still felt good a lot of time. And it was my way of trying to release some of this rage that I feel. So I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be doing more in-depth reports on my YouTube channel. I hope that you will, again, follow me on my YouTube channel. It's called The Jan Files. And I look forward to fighting the good fight with you. Hopefully not for years, but certainly I imagine for the year to come. So stay strong. I know you believe in the promise of America like I do. And I hope to God that together we can save it. Thanks.